What's good, everybody? Hey, welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling with me, AB. Now, you guys read the title. You probably already seen the cornbread that I done about 2 or 3 days ago. So listen, now it's time to put it all together, and I'm getting ready to show you guys how to make a Southern style cornbread dressing. Super easy. Listen, the name is longer than what it is. You just got to get your ingredients, put them out in bowls, line them up. Don't forget, we're taking the mystery out. This is part of it. So once you got everything, lined out, super simple. Don't really want to over talk it. So with no further ado, we're finna get right into this. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is go over these ingredients. Look, we got olive oil. Look, got a 1/4 cup. That's what this is right here. We got chicken broth. Brought this back with me from Texas. As you can see, the HEB brand. Listen, this is that chicken broth. We're gonna have 5 cups of this. Then I got 1 large green bell pepper. We got celery. That's about 3 stalks. You can cut them up how you like them. I like them about this. I like to have a little, crunch to it. Have a little texture when I'm tasting it. This right here, this is a yellow onion. That was a large yellow onion. We got 3 tablespoons of minced garlic. And then of course, we gotta have this andouille sausage. Brought this back also. So listen, I use 3 lengths. I'm gonna cut them in half. And then when I got them, in halves, then I'm gonna go ahead and quarter them. This right here, we got a little salt. This is cayenne and black pepper mixed together, just so you guys can see. Here, listen, when you say dressing, to me, it's gotta have sage. So this is 1 tablespoon of sage. And because it's Southern style, and you guys know that I'm on this right here, this that Creole kick. There it is right there by Sweet Smokie Joe. As you guys can see, if you've been watching some of my videos, that right there is the truth. This is what I use. There we go. Then we got a 1/2 cup of butter. I'm gonna go ahead and melt this in just a second. But the star, which I'll leave a link, so you guys, just in case you haven't seen, this right here is the cornbread. It's been sitting out for I let it sit out for 3 days, just to completely dry out. And also, listen, this is what I'm gonna serve it in right here. Now, I just want to tell you this. This right here does about 6 to 7 servings. If you're gonna be doing this like for the holiday, I'm gonna suggest right off the back that you go ahead and double it. Okay, with that being said, let's get started. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this andouille sausage. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it like this. Now I'm just gonna stop right now just to show you what I'm talking about. I told you I was gonna cut them into slices, then I'm gonna half them. Now, just to be clear, when you cut your slices, you want to cut your slice in half, and then you want to cut your half in half, so you end up with quarters. You should have 4 pieces. Now, I just want to show you this. This is a little tip to make it go twice as fast when cutting. If you stack it on top, just cut it down in half, and then just go ahead and cut that half into half, and then, just cut some of your cook time, your cutting and your prep time down. And now, for those of us that are a little bit more experienced by using, with using our sharp knives, you can pick them up, by 3 or even 4. Now, this is what it should look like. Again, I like mine meaty. It's up to you how much you want to put in there. Most people probably would only put in, like 2 links, but for me, I do 3. Okay, now what we want to do is we're getting ready to add our sausage, and what we're going to do is cook it down on this, just to get it browned. Now, along with that olive oil in there, under that medium-high heat, we're gonna try to, achieve what we call like a browning. Really, we just, instead of like using like a cast iron skillet, we put that little char on there, we just gonna brown it, letting it, so it can start to sweat some of that grease out of the sausage, and then we did that for about 3 minutes. So after about 3 minutes, then it'll be time to introduce our veggies. We're gonna start off by using our onions. We're gonna start introducing the onions first. Now, just keep moving it around. All of it's coated. It's been under that medium-high heat, starting to sweat. Let's look at that flavor right there. You can see it in that boil. Now, go ahead, hit it with that, you can hit it with your yellow onion. And, again, that's diced. Then we come back with the celery. And then the only thing we have left right there will be the green peppers. Now, we just going to work that around, make sure that all our veggies absorb and, get coated with some of that oil. And, that's that flavor, you guys. Hey, real important. Hey, when you start cooking this, and listen, I'm doing a voiceover, so listen, I'm starting to come up with that watery mouth as I speak. I can smell it, and it's already been made. Now, after about, I'm gonna go in another 3 minutes here. We just want to get our veggies to start becoming soft. We don't want to just make them too soft. And then we're gonna come with that. There it is right there. That's that minced garlic. Now, under this medium-high heat, some of you guys might think 2 minutes here might burn it, but it doesn't. You know, it's actually perfect. So once you put your minced garlic in there, you might want to make sure you stir it around good. You want that minced garlic to get cooked just enough to release its flavor. And it's the combination of all of this that's just gonna make this cornbread just, hey, I can't say it enough. This is what makes it amazing. If you guys never made a cornbread like this, hey, you want to talk about Southern style, this is it right here. And we ain't even hit it with the with our seasonings yet. Now, listen, you saw that move right there? I just make sure everything is kind of like flat. You know what? I want to let it simmer. We only want to go 2 minutes with the after we add the garlic. So really the cook time here is about 5 minutes. And there you can see, you can actually see the flavor and the goodness inside of the oil and the grease that's starting to mix right there. Now, once it's done, you want to remove it, from the heat. Hey, that's a pro tip, you guys. You see that right there? Get yourself some kind of pot holder, something that you can protect your counters. Okay, now I'm getting ready to take this bowl. Here, you want to get a bowl big enough. Now remember, this just really serves like 6 to 7 people. If it's a holiday, of course, you're gonna double this. So you're gonna make sure you want to have a big enough bowl so you can mix all your ingredients. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the cornbread. Now in this part right here, it goes, you know what? Just like it sounds, it's exactly what we're doing. We just taking our cornbread and listen, we just crumbling it up. And especially for the new people, look, this is a guide so you guys can see. Towards the end, I'm gonna show you guys just what it looks like. But listen, some of it's gonna break fine. Some of it's gonna be a little bit bigger than others. Some of the pieces are gonna be a little bit bigger. I just mix it up, bring the bigger chunks to the top, and I just crumble those up too. But listen, you're gonna have all different sizes just like that there. Now, real simple. Don't forget, I let mine dry out for 3 days, but 2 days is really ideal. So now that I have that done, now it's time to move on to the next step, which is we want to go ahead and get our pan and we want to get all of that goodness. Look at that right there. See it sliding in? Oh man, hey, listen, you got to get it all right there. And now after that, we're going to start adding all of our dry ingredients, our seasoning. I'm using this Creole Kick. Now listen, you guys can use any old Creole seasoning that you would like, but Creole Kick is the one right there. And listen, one of my favorites because it doesn't have all of that salt intake, inside of there, so you don't take it all in. And then if you need to make an adjustment, you can add some salt to it. It's perfect, the perfect blend. And as you see, I'm adding some salt to it right now. Then after that, then we're gonna come with that cayenne and that black pepper. Look, real easy. And we making cornbread, so we gotta have that sage. So look, sprinkle that in there, and now it's time to give it a nice mix. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken broth. Hey, listen, this is a pro tip for you guys. Listen, get yourself, it's the holidays. We're gonna be doing a lot of cooking, so if you can, get yourself one of those 4-cup glass Pyrex measuring cups. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken broth. I said 4 to 5 cups, but that right there is 4 cups, so I didn't have to use the Pyrex there. That was there just to set up when I had to add the extra cup. Now, you just add that to it, add about half of it, and then go ahead and give it a stir. You'll be surprised. It might seem a little watery in the beginning, but listen, that cornbread just absorbs it all up. I guess even the veggies and everything else, because listen, it goes away. Okay, you can see how it just absorbs it up. Now, here's the thing. It's up to you to decide how much, how wet you want it to be and how you want to bake it. For me, it looks like just this time, might just only going to take just these 4 cups. Now, once you got it to the desired thickness that you like, I like it to be a little wet and a little dry. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just gonna show you right now. This is what I'd be looking for right here. This type of consistency. So, once I got what I want, I'm not even gonna go and add another, cup to it. This is the way I like it. Now listen, that's determined on how long or how big your cornbread is and how long that you let it dry out. The longer you let it dry out, the smaller it'll get. So if you do it like in 48 hours, listen, you'll have enough. And if you need to make some more, you can. So you just want to keep stirring, making sure everything has been absorbed. And listen, as it sits, it just absorbs that chicken broth in there, and it just turns out right. It should look just like this. You guys can see that. I'm gonna set this off to the side. I'm gonna bring my dish because this is what I'm gonna bake it in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna melt this butter, then I'm gonna brush this around here just so it doesn't stick. Put a little bit on there, then I'm gonna add the rest to here. Then we're gonna pour it in here and we're gonna put it in the oven. Okay, look, got my butter melted. Let me just do this so it'll be much easier for me to show it this way. Now, I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mix this together with, with our dressing. Now, once you got got it all mixed and you're good there, now what you wanna do is you wanna take your the remainder of your butter, get yourself a brush, and you just wanna brush the sides and put some down on the bottom just so that it doesn't stick to whatever dish you're baking it in. Now listen, if you don't have a brush, go ahead and get yourself a paper towel and do it that way. Just put it in the butter and then you just smear it around. Now, go ahead and add your cornbread dressing, to your dish. Look at that right there. You guys' mouth should be watering right now because those you guys that have made this in the past, any style, this right here is it. So listen, what I'm doing now is I'm just taking the back of my wooden spoon and just like spreading it out, getting it sort of even. Now we're gonna put it in the oven for 50 minutes, and then at 25 minutes, we're gonna bring it out, we're gonna stir it, and then we're gonna put it back into the oven for another 25 minutes. And then when it's done and it's complete, that's what you should have right there. Ooh wee, folks, Southern style cornbread. Now you guys can take a look. So this is what happened. Look, halfway through the cook, I went ahead and brought it out. I noticed it had like a little crack in it. Just having that porcelain cracked, I decided, you know what, I might as well transfer dishes. So I did that. Only thing you guys didn't see is me just flipping it over, mixing it all up, and then going back in for the next 25 minutes. But this is the final. As you can see right here, look, you can see where it started browning. Man, real nice. Just put that flavor in there. So this right here is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it, a stir. I can still hear it sizzling. It's up to you. Now you guys can add, a little bit more chicken broth to it, but I'm gonna say if you leave it like this, it's still nice and moist. I would just suggest you just covering it right here. And after you cover it, listen, you gotta make yourself a gravy. I got a cold gravy and I'm about to do a gravy video. So stay tuned, but this is how I look. Tell me what you guys think and let's close this out. So tell me what you guys think about this one here. Super easy. We getting into our holiday, recipes. Hey, I gotta tell you, I stand by this right here. You guys gotta check it out. Listen, everybody might not be able to get what we call andouille sausage. So what you gotta get is, get yourself some type of spicy sausage or anything like that. And then for those of you guys that don't do the pork, find it in a version where you guys can, eat it and it'll be cool like that. So look, I'm gonna show it to you one more time. It's still hot. As I told you before, I had to transfer this. But this right here, all I can tell you is this with a little turkey gravy, or you know what? I could do my own little gravy, my little bacon flavored gravy. Hey, that right there, that'll do it. Hey, listen, so I got people behind the scenes. Listen, they ready to get down and eat. Everybody looking at me, I'm trying to keep from laughing. So I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below. Hey, how many people like cornbread dressing? And have you ever had it, Southern style? This is it, real easy. Now, let me go ahead and just take the time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and let me know down in the comment section below if you want to see more recipes like this. Hey, and with that being said, this is the channel that's taking the mystery out of cooking and simplifying these recipes. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.